Howdy, my name is Astrama, and welcome back to the Cosmic Chaos, or if you're new here, welcome. Sorry for not posting at all this month until now. I've been dealing with my summer job. But hey, I'm back, baby. Here's hoping I can post during the upcoming semester. But anyways, so I'm currently writing a script comparing Kingdom Hearts 2 secret bosses to Birth by Sleep secret bosses. And as I continue to do some research for both sets of secret bosses, as well as remembering my own personal experiences, I remembered this one particular secret boss. That being the Zodiac Aqua fight in Fragmentary Passage. Admittedly, I don't like it. That it's just basically just Phantom Aqua with a couple of new movesets that really don't fit the Zodiac theme in my humble opinion. At least with the Vanitas Remnant and Armored Ventus Nightmare, they had a reskin to them, but in Fragmentary Passage, Zodiac Aqua is just basically the base Phantom Aqua, essentially. Phantom Aqua is basically all of Aqua's negative thoughts manifested, literally fighting her inner demons. So then why is Zodiac Aqua there? Why does she just look like the regular Phantom Aqua? And why is there no lore? Well, my little voidlings, that's what today's video will be all about. I'm going to be redesigning a Zodiac Aqua design I made 2 years ago and come up with my own bit of lore. With that being said, let's get started. So I didn't want to do just a one and done thing like I had done for the original Zodiac Aqua redesign, which you'll see underneath my references. So I figured it would be best to make a couple of concepts before I make my final decision. For this first design, I decided to combine elements from Aqua's outfit and her armor. As much as I love how I incorporated the wardrobe elements that you can get for completing missions in Fragmentary Passage, I figured it wouldn't be fitting for this redesign and the lore that I've come up with for Zodiac Aqua. I created a base, and using the handy dandy symmetry tool, I got to work. I incorporated some star shapes into the design to really sell that this Aqua came from the mirror. You know, the magic mirror in Snow White, and that it has the Zodiac relics surrounding it. So I figured if I could call back to at least the star motif, it'll look decent. For the coloring, I figured I would take inspiration from Anti-Aqua with the gradient where her thigh-high socks would be, and colored her hands. But instead of darkness, it's a galaxy. I stuck to primarily blues, one because that's pretty much Aqua's assigned color out of the whole trio, and two, Phantom and Zodiac Aqua have piercing glowing blue eyes, and when you collect all 12 Zodiac relics, it has that same piercing blue glow. I love adding little elements that call back to some pretty cool yet subtle details that are found in the games. And here's the first concept. I wanted to make 2 more concepts and not marry myself to just this one design. I knew I could push it a little further than what I initially started off with. So with that being said, let's move on to the second concept I made for this silly little project. For the second concept, I wanted to lean more towards an armored look. I also went ahead and took inspiration from Seraphim. I made the wings look like the wing accessories you get in the game, but not the ornate ones, you know, like those overly detailed ones, and doesn't have that same wing silhouette. If you played Fragmentary Passage, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. It's kind of more akin to like the flawless wings and the corresponding arm thingies. Anyways, I gave this concept of Zodiac Aqua a halo to break up her silhouette a bit. I also inverted the colors of the armor and made the darker parts of it the galaxy parts. I carried over the star armor elements in this design, so that basically means that's going to be a common element and what's going to be sticking in the final design. So I made sure to spice up some of the elements in Aqua's armor to make it more star-like. For the chest piece, I decided to draw the 3 of the Zodiac relics, specifically Pisces, Aries, and Virgo. I would have loved to have incorporated the rest in this concept, but the design was already too busy in the armor, so I just stuck in those 3. I also made the middle part of the armor crescent moons with a star at the bottom. I don't know, I just simply thought it would look neat. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say on this. Not much else to really say on this particular concept other than I liked the direction. Kind of. Could I have pushed a few more elements? Absolutely. But hey, that's why we're doing these concepts, getting the initial thoughts onto paper, like getting a little taste and sampling like what works and what doesn't in these designs. Like, okay, as much as I love the wings, it doesn't really suit Aqua as a character. And like, y'all can fight me on this, but I actually see her being a Pisces. I don't know. I just think fish elements are fun, and I don't think Aquarius would have suited her, although it probably could have now that I look back on this. But hey, what can you really do? And here is the final concept for concept 2. I feel like it could have done without the yellow. Like, maybe it could have had like a purple in the galaxy bits, but then again, like, there's so little yellow that it's just like, why bother? So yeah, this is basically concept 2. I'm gonna do another concept before I finally figure out like what the hell it is I want to do. So with that being said, let's move on to the next concept. For this third concept in this batch, I wanted to do something a little bit different. See, when I initially redesigned Zodiac Aqua, I got this idea of like these phantom zodiacs that someone could fight, and the outcome being different if you win or lose. Like, say if you win the fight, the phantom zodiac will give you a power specific to that person's zodiac. But if they were to lose, they would become possessed by the phantom zodiac and become more monstrous over time before the phantom completely takes over and is in complete control. So I decided to do this with Aqua. Again with the star armor and pauldron elements, but I changed the star charms on the bows of her on her hips to have that Pisces symbol. No, I don't know why I wanted Aqua to be a Pisces, although that is kind of explained in the previous section, but don't bite me. But I guess yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I just wanted to incorporate some fish elements, which, speaking of those, I decided to tie the side skirts in a way to vaguely have the silhouette of a fish, and gave her some fins on her head. I gave her some more monstrous looking hands and feet, and the color palette is a little bit closer to Aqua's original color palette, but you know, celestial side. And here's the final concept. I'm not really happy with this one, but considering that these concepts were essentially my warm-ups, that gave me a chance to really take a step back. And honestly, taking a step back really helped with this. I had gone to the aquarium with my mom and stepdad along with my sibling, and in turn, this gave me plenty of ideas as to what I wanted to do for her final concept. There were elements from each design that I loved, but I wanted to push the first concept I made just a little bit more. I liked the halo in the second design, but I also liked the head fins in the third. So to replace the ear accessories in the first design, I made an ornate fin accessory for her ears. For her legs, I combined both the Galaxy Leg Gradient and armor. I used a mix of dark and light blues, and incorporated the Pisces stars on the hip bows. I took the fish-shaped side skirt idea and divided it up into like twisted up mini skirts, or mini side skirts or something? Well, not mini, but you know what I mean. I took the fish-shaped side skirt idea, like I said, divided it up, and I also decided to make a callback to the original redesign and added the constellations for the other zodiacs. Oh, and as a little callback to my little aquarium trip, and because I petted some stingrays, I decided to make the back skirt kind of vaguely shaped like a barbed tail on a stingray. Listen, the petting stingrays that day really gave me some ideas. And yeah. Overall, I am super happy with how this turned out. I think it definitely foreshadows like Aqua becoming anti-Aqua more, especially with how I did her hands and legs. Just, yeah. And here's the final concept. Overall, I am super happy with how this turned out. And yeah, so with that being said, I want to make a final illustration for this. And also give y'all a little bit of lore that I've come up for this little project. So without further ado, enjoy. The queen is gone, my service done. Adieu, victorious one. That is the last thing the mirror would speak long before the dwarf woodlands fell to the darkness. But mirrors are reflections of oneself, so surely the darkness would take advantage, The last person that the spirit of the mirror fought was none other than Aqua, a Keyblade master who at this point is now trapped in the realm of darkness. All of her thoughts, her feelings, her doubt, her grief, they had manifested into the phantoms, reflections of all of Aqua's thoughts as she continued to roam about the realm of darkness. But what of the main mirror? The darkness is a very interesting thing. With its own realm, it has its own rules, and the spirit of the mirror didn't have a heart, for it is just that, a spirit within a mirror. But there was something the darkness could cling on to in order to manifest. The memory of Aqua. The darkness corrupted the Zodiac relics that once adorned the magic mirror when it resided in the dwarf woodlands, and created a phantom more powerful than the rest. But she didn't want to be found. Not initially, that is. She wanted to challenge the real Aqua. Using her newfound power from within the mirror, the Phantom Zodiac scattered all 12 relics that once adorned the magic mirror all over the realm of darkness. All she needed to do was simply wait for Aqua, the real Aqua, to find them, and in turn, find her. After finding the relics, Aqua would encounter this phantom after a ruthless gauntlet of heartless fights. Dark sides, flame cores, earth cores, you name it. She had to fight all of them in order to get to Phantom Zodiac Aqua. Although exhausted from all of these fights, there was one more fight Aqua would have to complete in order to escape the Zodiac Phantom's own little pocket dimension, which was far different from the other phantoms, no doubt. And that was to confront the Phantom herself. A true test of her skill. If she thought Darkhide was tough when she first came to the realm of darkness, Zodiac Aqua was much tougher. She didn't have the same moveset as the other phantoms. Instead, she used the power of the stars to aid her in her fight. Despite the brutality of the fight, the real Aqua would emerge the victor once again. Bested once again, the phantom spoke as she faded away. This would confuse Aqua, but before she could ask, the Zodiac Phantom looked her dead in the eye, a lone tear running down her face. You may have won this time, victorious one. But before you're free from this wretched realm, you too shall fall like I have. Mark my words. The Zodiac Phantom would fade after she says this. Aqua would never get her answers, but she knows that the least pressing issue is just that. For now, she needs to focus on— But she will know that that is the least of her concerns right now. Right now, she is more focused on getting out of the realm of darkness and finally waking Ven up, and then one day finding and saving Terra. After she escapes the pocket dimension that she found herself in after finding all of those Zodiac relics, she presses onward, not knowing what's going to happen next. For who knows what could happen in the realm of darkness. Anything can happen, after all. But for now, she continues marching on through this hellish realm of nothing but darkness and despair. Whew, there we go. That's the redesign and lore for Zodiac Aqua done. I had so much fun with not only making the art for this video, but also the lore. And now I can get back to comic work. Okay, so lately I've been in a rut and comic work just isn't it right now. So I think I'm going to make a couple more of these Zodiac designs just for me and share that process with y'all. Been feeling burnt out because of my job. I need something to get me back into a drawing mood. So look forward to seeing a Zodiac Terra sometime this upcoming weekend. Thank you all so much for watching and listening to me ramble. If you would like, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with your friends. If you feel so inclined, my commissions are open, so if you want some art from me, the link to my artistry.io request form will be in the description and pinned comment along with all of my socials. I'm on Instagram, Kara, Tumblr, and Blue Sky. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in the void again real soon. Goodbye!